I know so many of you are going to talk smack telling me I'm late. I posted a community post 12 hours ago. If you didn't see it, that's on you. I was at work. I'm doing the 9 to 5 thing just like the rest of you guys now. And I just didn't, like, as soon as I got into work, they're like, oh, new monsters. I'm like, of course there's new monsters as soon as I get into work. And I can do absolutely nothing about it. But anyway, we have 2 brand new monsters. The greatest thing about these is that some of them are fusion. These 2 right here, the Fire Dokebi Princess and Sapsari, which they have some interesting mechanics with skill 1 on this Sapsari. If she's CC'd, he can still do things. And then we have the LD5, the Dark Dokebi Lord. I mean, we're still getting the rest of the units, not just the LD versions, but it's been a while since we've gotten a Nat 5 fusion. Well, it's been a while since we got any fusion. They were at the same time. It's nice that we're getting an LD Nat 5 fusion. I don't know that it's going to be the most useful unit in the world, but it is nice that we get that. We also do have some fusions for... This is great because anyone that summons these new units, if they save fusion food, then they're going to be able to skill them up pretty easily, which actually is more valuable than I initially thought because I wasn't really thinking too much about it. But yeah, because anytime new units come out, it's so hard to skill them up. So now you could actually skill these things up. They do have maybe niche uses, I suppose. And then we have SWC things, which honestly, I'm sorry. I'm sure everyone in SWC is lovely people, but I don't care. I could not care less about SWC. I know. Get angry. Get as angry as you want. I am not playing Summoner's War for SWC. I hope that there's, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. Fusion monster, this is what we're here for. This is what we're talking about. Fusion recipe added to new monsters in the new update. 5-star Dokebi Lord, 4-star Dokebi Princess, and Sapsari. Everyone making comments that the Dokebi Princess and Sapsari, especially Sapsari, was taken from like all these other things, like other animes and other games. And I keep looking at the different things that they say, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That also makes sense. That also makes sense. So Com2us, I'm sure, had a lot of inspiration, but whatever. As long as we get new monsters and they're cute, I'm not going to complain. As you can tell from their names, their monsters are based on Dokebi, a goblin from the Korean folktale. I don't think my wife is Korean. I don't think she knows that. I don't think she knows what these are from. From his appearance to its skill effects and animations, we tried to express the aspects of Korean culture by looking at the attack animations, enlarging its body and swinging a bat to attack, and visual effects using Korean props such as tiled roof, lucky pouch, and Korean brass coin. You'll be able to see the cultural aspects of Korea have blended with Summoner's War. It's a Korean game. Haven't they always been blended to some extent? Again, I'm not complaining. That's just me making jokes, making comments. Dark attribute will be added to the new fusion. Oh, this is a HP type monster with a very big with a weighty physique. I didn't read all of these parts, so I'm reading them now with you. It's rare to see this type of monster in Summoner's War. You can tell from his appearance. Dark Dokebi Lord will be viable in various PvE and PvP content with its high sustain and powerful damage. Well, we'll read it. I'm sure you guys already read it, some of the skills, but yeah, I'm not sure what their plan is for PvE and PvP. This seems like this might get balance patched, because I don't know that he's going to be the most meta useful unit. Fire Dokebi Princess and Sapsari will be added as new 4-star fusion monster. It's a team of a little girl, and it's a support type that fights with a big dog in battle. Little girl and a big dog. We imagine something like this. If Dokebi Princess is in danger, the dog Sapsari protects the princess by fighting for her. As a result, we thought it'd be interesting to have Sapsari attack the enemy alone if Dokebi Princess, this is what I was talking about before, if Dokebi Princess falls under inability effects. So, for the Dark Dokebi Lord, violent swing attacks the enemy, inflict damage, increases according to your max HP, stuns for 1 turn with a 30% chance. I'm assuming it goes up to like 50% after skill ups. That's at least what I would assume. And then skill 2, Magical Gourd Bottle. Attack the enemy to inflict damage by 15% of your max HP, which is the same as Usa. But he doesn't heal with that skill. Steals 1 beneficial effect granted on the target. Leaves a branding effect for 2 turns if the enemy has no beneficial effects. Okay. I do like the pure damage, though. 50% of your max HP is decent, right? We've seen that be kind of nasty before. So, especially against things that have high defense. If it just cuts through, like for example, Feng Yan. And then Dokebi's secret spell, increase your attack bar by 10% whenever the enemy recovers the HP. Interesting, it's a cut-in mechanic. So, against teams like, that's why I don't know what the plan is for PvE with this. I'm like, okay, he could be useful against like Riley, against Vertiheal skill 1 recovers HP. Rakuni recovers HP. Like these things, a lot of them recover HP. So I think I suppose we'll see. Because if we compare him to Wusa, he doesn't have immunity, he doesn't have shields. He also doesn't heal skill 2, but he also heals skill 3. So he heals it recovers the HP of the ally with the lowest HP status by 10% when you get a turn. I think this could be nice against well, also we'll see how what the cooldown is on skill 2. Because if it's a 2-turn cooldown, that's a little bit more versus like a 3-turn cooldown. But yeah, I think he'd be good against teams like Vertiheal and Riley and Rakuni, which people are already using those units in RTA. Those are just the ones that I think would be most beneficial with. But I guess we'll see. Also, he could be pretty nasty against things like Feng Yan and Aliyah, the water totemist, because they're going to be regenning, right? So he could potentially steal a lot of turns, and then if he's got a low enough cooldown, a magical gourd bottle, and good enough base stats, I would assume he's got good enough base stats. He's an LD5, but I suppose we'll see. Also, there's going to be other ones coming out as well, not just one, and they're going to be easier to sculpt because you can just use a few sculpts for them. So we will see. We will play with it when it comes out. Fire Dokebi Princess. So this one has a very specific purpose. I do like the skill 1 where the animal attacks when she's stunned, but this is a very, very specific purpose. I think people are gonna, if you haven't already figured out what the specific purpose is, also we posted it in the community post earlier, what the specific purpose is. To skill 2, AoE defense break, 2 times, 50% chance each. We'll see what it goes up to. Gold, please, grants immunity to all allies and increases their chance of landing a critical hit. So, crit buff, immunity, AoE defense break, fire unit. This is a unit for Spiritual Realm. Like that's the purpose of this. I don't know that we needed units specifically for Spiritual Realm, but this is a unit for Spiritual Realm. So there we go. Com2us wanted to give us some more fusion options for that dungeon. From everything that I have listened to you guys say, it's not that nobody likes the Spiritual Realm in terms of like it's a hard dungeon, they can't build teams for it. It's that nobody cares about the rune drops from it. Like seal runes, like maybe they'll activate, but it's not violent runes. So people are like, well, I can't farm everything. Am I gonna farm Spiritual Realm over dragons or raids or other more important things? And the answer is no. That's why so many people just don't care about Spiritual Realm. It's not that it's a terribly difficult boss. It's that people just don't care about the drops. So you can't farm everything. Com2us thinks we can, but you can't farm anything. You can't farm everything. As we mentioned before, Dokebi Princess Sapsari has a skill with a unique mechanism. Oh, we didn't even talk about the first one. Attacks the enemy, creates a shield equal to 10% of your max HP, and she's a support unit on the ally with the lowest HP status for 2 turns. In addition, Sapsari attacks the enemy, absorbs the target's attack bar by 30% with a 70% chance if you gain a turn while under inability effect. So it's kind of cool how they did that versus how it normally is. I think is nice. What else do we have? Great support type monster, team and PvP content such as Spiritual Realm. Yeah, oh, they said it right here. So of course everyone figured it out. Com2us not even play around. They're like, use this in the Spiritual Realm, and then everyone's like, okay, we'll not use that. We'll build it, but we'll not use it in the Spiritual Realm because we don't even care about farming that dungeon. New fusion recipes, which we can see here. Some people were commenting that looked like the Dark Viking was the last unit. They were like, oh, it's the Dark Viking in some of the pictures, and the Dark Warbear in some other ones. I don't know if they changed this since it came out earlier today, but yeah, it's the Dark Warbear. The Dark Viking is for the oh no, that's the Dark Yeti. I was gonna say Dark Viking is for Vermos, but that's not the Viking either. So there's the fusion for that. And that's about it. There's nothing else. We'll talk about the rest of them. I didn't realize this was going to be such a long video, but you know, it is one of my videos, so of course it is. We'll talk in a very long-winded fashion more about the rest of these when they come out. We'll see what the base stats are. I think this is the big thing. We'll see what the cooldown is on skill 2, and we'll see it in action. There are some uses for it. I just hope he's going to be enough. We'll see. Anyway, that's it for this one, and I'll see you when the rest of the unit skills drop. So see you in the next one.